What is up, guys? Dr.Pep here, and welcome to a video or deck profile. I don't know why I said video. A deck profile of my rank 1 spam deck, more lyrical Lucinia, whatever. My rank 1 spam deck, lyrical Lucinia, whatever the fuck. If you guys don't know what this deck is, a it's a rank 1 spam, kind of like based off of Wing Beasts. Now, this deck isn't perfect by any means. I made this morning. I believe I made it this morning at around 8 o'clock in the morning. And from all the testing that I have done, I love this deck. I've always liked rank 1 spam. Ever since these came out, the rank 1 spam has been way, 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 way better. I'm just gonna, lyrical, okay, just making sure I'm not missing anything. This deck is really good. I really like it, and the fusion came out yesterday, I believe, and so I'm liking this deck so far. I'll kind of explain how the plays work and that kind of stuff, and I might just go up against like a really easy bot to kind of show you the plays. This deck can brick sometimes, like if you just have like, I don't know, a couple supply squads, Twin Twister, and like a Soul Charge or some shit. You can brick a lot with this deck, but you don't really brick all that often, and I'll kind of explain why. So let's get into the deck oh, and by the way, before I go into the deck profile, I know I'm kind of rambling on. I want to thank you all for supporting my text for Dark Lords. It's kind of been quote-unquote blowing up for my channel, because it has 66 views within the past couple days. And so it's been blowing up, quote-unquote. And what I actually plan on doing, it has 68 now, see, it's been getting views pretty constantly. So what I think I'm going to do is every day I'm going to make every day or every other day I'm going to make a Yu-Gi-Oh video and a normal video. And just kind of make 2 every day or every other day. Because I guess people like my Yu-Gi-Oh videos, I don't know, I do this more fun, more casually. And yeah, so we're just going to get right into the deck profile. Sorry for rambling on. So we're going to have 2 Kinkabio. I think 3 is it doesn't really work all that well. You can even bring this down to 1. So what it does, when you normal summon it, you special summon 1 level 1 from your graveyard. I would recommend you'd go for this one right here, the Cobalt Sparrow. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But it can get some combos, kind of. Like, he can get this, and you special summon this for a search, and you search out this, and if you already have this in hand, you can activate this and special summon this. There's some combos that you can do with it. It's just, it's not the greatest anymore. In normal rank 1 spams, this is a 3 of. You mostly do Kinkabio to Mystic Piper, and you get a draw or 2 draws. That's just kind of how it works. You can still do that. But yeah, we'll just continue on. We have 2 Predator Prince, Saracenians. Jesus, I can't pronounce that. Sorry, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff. My English is good. It's just I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff. So when your opponent declares a direct attack, you can special summon this from your hand, which is good. It's a level 1. You can. I put this at 2, by the way, if you can't see it. You special summon this from the hand. If this card battles an opponent's monster after damage calculation, you can destroy the opponent's monster. So that's pretty good. Like, if it's a problematic card, you special summon this from the hand when they attack, and then if they decide to keep attacking it, you can just send this to the grave and send the other monster to the grave and destroy it, which is really good. And if they decide not to attack it because they don't want that monster away, you get a free level 1 on the field. So this is pretty good. You can take out a Kinkabio for 3 of these. I don't recommend it. I think 2 of these each is pretty good. Anyways, we have 3 Wind Witch Snowbell. You can put this at 2 as well. If you control 2 or more wind monsters, you can special summon this card from the hand. And the lyrical monsters are all wind. No other monster in this deck are wind, but the majority of this deck is the lyricals. And yeah. Sorry, and I'll keep reading. A wind synchro monster that this card as a synchro material cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. So if you special summoned, if you wanted to make this more synchro based and you special summoned, I don't know, what's a rank 5 here? We'll look this up real quick because, you know, I need to get past 10 minutes. rank 5 synchro that is wind. Because you get 5 of these pretty fast. You can do the speedroid monsters, and you can't do that. You can do, yeah, you could do this, the vortex of the whirlwind, if you wanted. And yeah, so that could not be destroyed by card effects, and you can't. It's unaffected by card effects, so that's pretty good. I don't really use it for that. I usually just go into more XYZs and something of that sort. Oh shit! You didn't hear that. All right. Next is 3 of every lyrical monster. I'm just gonna call them lyrical monsters because I am stumbling on my own words. So the first one, which is probably the main one and probably one of the best ones, is Turquoise Warbler. And if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from the hand. If this card is special summoned from the hand, which does kind of bring it down a little bit, if it is special summoned from the hand, you can special summon 1 lyrical monster from your hand or graveyard. So this is your main combo piece. You usually special summon this, and then this. This gets to search for this. This can activate its effect, and then special summon Snowbell. You can usually get at least 3 monsters per turn with the Lyrical Lucina. You can get at least 3 with just this one card, as long as you have another one of these in hand. It's one of your main combo pieces. It does like, if it didn't say if it was special summoned from the hand, that it would be broken, because it's if you could special summon it from the graveyard, that would be really broken, like really, really broken, but it's not, and so that's okay. So next we got Sapphire Swallow, and if you control another Winged Beast monster, you can special summon both this card and 1 level 1 Winged Beast type from your hand. You can only activate that effect once per turn. A Wind XYZ monster that was summoned using this card on the field as an XYZ material gains this following effect. And so its effect states, if this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 1 Lyrical Lucina monster in your graveyard, attach it to that monster as an XYZ material. So this is really good with they're Lyrical Lucina monsters, and we'll kind of talk about that a little more in depth, but the more materials it has is the better. So like, it gains more attack, and it can attack more times with this one, and stuff like that. So I recommend running it at 3, but you don't have to necessarily. You can run it at 2, and then put in like another Kinkabio or Cyber Valley or something, you know. But this is at 3. All of these at 3 are recommended. This one is a searcher. So if this card is special summoned at all, which is great, if this card is special summoned at all, you can add 1 level 1 beast type monster, wing beast type monster from your deck to your hand. So it's a search. Every time it's special summoned, you can search. You can only use this effect once per turn of that card, but it's still like almost a once per turn search, which is great. And you can actually search multiple times with another card, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Also, if it is used for a Wind XYZ monster, it gains the following effect: it cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So when this deck first was out, when it first got its first 3 or 5 monsters, I believe, because the XYZ ones, the main thing was try to get 5 monsters out with one of these, attach it to this one, and then it was basically unaffected by anything. So it's great. Good card. Great card. Still do that combo a lot because it's just a great combo. 3 Jester Counterfeit. You can special summon it from the hand into attack position. The other effect really doesn't matter because you can only control one of these. It's just a free special summon. There's no requirements or anything. You special summon it. You normal summon a Kinkabio. Kinkabio special summons. Get 3 for this one. Detach Search. Special summon 2. Special summon another Jester. It's just a great card for rank 1 spam. And Mystical Piper. Mystical Piper, you contribute this card. Reveal draw 1 card and reveal it. If it is a level 1 monster, draw 1 more card. Easy draw card. You could draw any. You at least get 1 draw, so you go even. But you can technically plus. You could plus 1 off this card, and it's just a great card in any rank 1 deck. And you can see we have 22 monsters, so you most likely will get 1, but you might draw into like an Insta Fusion, which is also basically a level 1, and that kind of stuff. It's just a great card in rank 1 spam decks. Next, we got 3 Insta Fusion. There's 5 monsters that I have right now for this reason. We have the Lyrical Lucina, the new one that came out, the Independent Night Gal, Nightingale. Okay, whatever. You can actually special summon this with the Insta Fusion, which is great, and it has a burn effect. You only do 500 if you do it like this, but it's just another level 1. It's easy to do with the Insta Fusion, so it just gives you another level 1. And you can also do Thousand Eyes Restrict just to get rid of a problematic card, XYZ. It's just the easy way to get these monsters out, and yeah. I run it at 3. It's great. 1-for-1, kind of self-explanatory. All the monsters are level 1, so you can send something that's worthless, get a Mystic Piper draw, and then start special summoning, you know. Polymerization. Now, the fusion monster is like towers, right? And so, I run 2 polymerizations. I mean, you could take out an Insta-Fusion, put in 3 polymerizations, take out something else, and put 3 Fusion Sage. It feels a little cloggy at 3. You draw it and you don't have the monster that you need for it because you need the XYZ monster, and it's meh. It's the poly version is great, sure, but it's more of your boss monster, and you don't want to try to force that boss monster out because you could brick really hard. And so yeah, we have 2 poly and 2 fusion sage. You could put 3 fusion sage if you really want that poly, but I don't recommend it. 2 of each is fine. Where Arth Thou is one of your other search cards, and if you control a level 1 monster, you can add 1 level 1 monster from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of this turn, take 2,000 points of damage if you did not normal summon the added monster or a card with the same name after activating this effect. So this card can be risky. You taking 2,000 unless you like get a Kinkabio and you normal summon the Kinkabio, or if you already have this and this. And so you activate this, and then normal summon another one of these or something, and then special summon and get some effects going off. It's good though. It's like one of your main searchers as well as your lyrical Lucina. There's 3 searchers in this deck, and 1's in the extra deck, and we'll explain that in a little bit. Soul Charge. Soul Charge is a great card. You could just make a freaking unstoppable monster basically with the this one, the Assembly Nightgale. You can basically make it unstoppable, and you can possibly even get 6 materials added to it, so it's great. Just a great card for XYZ decks. That's basically all I had to say. 2 Twin Twister, back row, pendulums, you know. Supply Squad, just in case you don't actually get anything, you can activate a Supply Squad. Since these are all weak, anything's going to run over them. So you can just set 1 and then hopefully draw into something else. And then 2 Quaking Mirror Force. This is just another good card to stop your opponent from overpowering you, because that can happen if you brick. You can put this to 3 if you want. It doesn't really matter. You could take out one of the Predator plants and put this at 3. It has helped me so many times. It has helped me stall a lot. You can also replace one of these with a Regeki. I don't recommend that, but hey, Quaking Mirror Force is a good card to help you stop getting overpowered. And that's it. That's the main deck. We're gonna go into the extra deck now. I know I'm kind of talking a lot. If you guys do have any questions, let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys have any cards that you recommend putting in, also let me know down in the comments down below. I'll just spit everywhere. Alright, so now, one of the boss monster, I know it doesn't look like anything much, but it's a boss monster, is Independent Nightgale. This card's effect states, you use the Lyrical Lucina Assembly and another Lyrical monster. So you can use this and this, which is broken, or you could just use this and one of the ones in hand. We'll talk about those effects later. This card states, if this card is fusion summoned using an XYZ monster whose original name includes Lyrical Lucina as fusion material, so you can even use both, you can increase this card's level by the number of XYZ materials that were attached to it. Now usually you have at least like 3 on this and at least 2 on this. So that's 5, right? So this card increases by 5, so that's level 6. Okay? You can increase this card's... Okay, yeah, I already said that. Fucking idiot. This card gains attack equal to its level times 500. So it starts at 1,000. So if it has level 6 times 500, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 3,000. So it'll be at 4,000. 4,000 beater. And is unaffected by other card effects in general. If you have a 4,000 beater that's unaffected by card effects in general, that's a lot of damage. And it also has a bonus little effect. Once per turn, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to this card's level times 500. So So whatever it gained 3,000, right? So it's a 4,000 beater. Oh, you might as well burn them for 3,000. It's really, really good. And that's what it can be cloggy. It can be cloggy, like, to get out if you're using polymerization only. You can run this at 3 if you really want it to be that boss monster, but it can just be another level 1 for you to go into more plays and get a 500 burn, which is can do something, I guess. It slowly burns your opponent. And it's a once per turn thing, so if you can keep special summoning this, or if you have 2 of them, you can activate both of their effects, and it's stupid, but it's a really good card, and I love it. And then we have Thousand Eyes Restrict. You guys know what this card does, so I'm not going to go into that. One Formula Seeker on. I can take this out for Thousand Eyes Restrict or any other level 1 spam monster. Level 1 ranked monster. But this card's just another kind of draw, I guess. You can take this out for the Thousand Eyes Restrict or something like that. But I use it as a draw. I rarely use it as a draw, but I sometimes use it as a draw. We have one Lionheart. This card is not the best, but you could take this out for another Formula Seeker on or for your Thousand Eyes. This card states you need 3 level 1 monsters. This face-up attack position card cannot be destroyed by battle. When this card... hold on. Sorry. When you take battle damage from battles involving this card, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the amount. You detach 1 XYZ material from this card, and your opponent takes battle damage that you would have taken. So basically, you attack, and they just take damage instead of you. It's okay. It's alright, especially if you're just trying to troll and end for game. That's one way to do it. Now, here's Recite Starling. And this card states, if this card is XYZ summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, gains 300 attack for each XYZ material currently attached to this card. You usually boost up the Assembly Nightgale. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, and add 1 level 1 Wing Beast type monster from your deck to your hand. It's a Searcher. Any battle damage you take involving this card, your opponent takes as well. So you can end game like that as well, if you have a good amount of life points and they don't. So it's a Searcher, basically. And it helps your Assembly Nightgale gain attack. That's basically what it is. It's also Trollsy little attack, and you take damage, and I take damage, but you lost, and I win, blah, blah, blah. Little Trollsy little thing. We also have number FO, Utopia Future. It requires 2 non-number XYZ monsters. This card is fucking busted. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Also any battle damage either player takes from this battle involving this card becomes 0. At the end of the damage step, when this card battles an opponent's monster, you can take control of that monster until the end of the battle phase. This face-up card will be destroyed by a card effect. You can detach 1 XYZ material from this card instead. It's pretty good. I can go into it just to make a stronger board and take something that I just can't get past. But that's about it. It's pretty good. You can, take stuff that is just really high attack and you don't have the assembly line. Assembly Nightingale. The assembly one. If you don't have that and can't attack directly, you can summon this and then take the monster and attack them with that. And it's pretty good. Pretty good card. Last card in the extra deck is Assembly Nightgale, the best card in this deck, probably. This card gains 200 attack for each XYZ material attached to it. That's the K boost. You can usually get, if you have 5, you get 1,000. And this card can attack your opponent directly. That's really good. While this card has XYZ materials, it can attack up to the number of times during each battle phase. So if it has 5, it can attack 5 times in a row. And if that means it has 1,000 attacks, that's 5,000 damage. That's really hard to stop. During either player's turn, once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card. For the rest of the turn, Lyrical Lucina monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Now, if you're summoning this with 5, you're almost guaranteed to have the Cobalt Sparrow, and that means it can't be targeted by card effects. So it can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effects, can't even be targeted by card effects. The only way to get past this is like a Kaiju or something, or Monarch Stormforth. So it's great. It's just a great card. I love this card, and if you somehow have this with 5 and this with 2, that means 7 for this, and that's a level 8, and oh god, dude, I don't even want to imagine. This deck is actually pretty good, okay? I really like this deck. and I can kind of try to. I'll go into AI, and I'm not going to do anything too great, but we're just going to pick a random deck. We'll do something that's easy. Let me Pegasus. So I could just kind of show you guys how this deck works. Hopefully we have, okay, this is in a hand. It could be better, definitely. Okay, that just makes it way better. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna activate this. Okay, we're gonna use you. Okay, we're gonna, yep. Okay, so we're gonna add another one of you. Now the main, oh shit, wait, hold on, I did fuck this up a little bit. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. I fucked it up a little bit, but not horribly. I can still do stuff. So we're gonna activate your effect to special summon you. Then we're gonna activate your effect. And let's see, what are we gonna go for here? Okay, I have an idea. We're gonna, do we have, yeah, we have a level 1 in there. Okay. So we're gonna activate you. Okay, so that's the level, that's that. Alright, we're gonna activate you. We're gonna detach you. Okay. We're gonna summon you. Okay. And we're gonna this deck can kind of spam pretty well. We're gonna, that's a 1200 attack monster that I could attack multiple times. We're gonna add to the hand you. So we're basically just trying to make the most busted hand possible. And since we opened up with that, that kind of helps. We're not going to be able to attack, but that's fine because it really doesn't matter. We're going to special summon another one of you. Yep. And we're going to target that monster. That gains attack. It's an 1800 monster now that can attack 4 times. We're going to add you to the hand. All these monsters can't be targeted, by the way. Just letting you know. It's pretty good. And then we're going to summon you. So now we have a monster that can steal your monster and then attack with it. And then we have a monster that's practically invincible. Alright, yes, we're going to activate your effects because we don't want you to die. And it's just going to go into defense. Alright, so this can only attack twice now, which does kind of suck, but since it can only attack twice, which does suck, but we're just going to do this, and we're just going to get some more plays going here. This deck can be kind of broken sometimes. Like, this field is okay, sure, it's not the best. Like, we could probably do better, but we're going to activate your effect, attaching this. So now we have, let's see. I don't want to activate any effects. So we have this, which you could just steal the monster, right? We have 2 monsters that can attack directly. This one can attack twice, I believe. It is not targeted by cannot be targeted by card effects or anything like that. So that could attack twice. And then we have this monster that could attack 4 times with 800. And is also not being able to be targeted by card effects or destroyed by card effects or it's destroyed by battle. So this deck is kind of busted sometimes. Like, that was something that I said was an okay hand. Like, it wasn't even that great. And then we can attack with this, because why not? Steal a monster. D-Prison. Oh, no. That's okay. So, especially when you get 2 of these out, it's kind of like GG that have the same effect, too. Like, you can't really do much, necessarily. Like, it's just a good deck. Like, I like this deck, and I'm just kind of showing you guys how this deck kind of runs. And I'm going to attack with a small one. And then attack with a big one for game. Alright, that was just kind of showing off how the deck plays. I know I didn't show much or talk about that much, but yeah. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this deck. I personally love this deck, and we opened up okay, I guess. And yeah, thank you all for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. I hope to do more videos, because I made 2 videos after the Dark Lords one, and they haven't had any views, so I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and have a nice day.